Hey YouTube, and Friend Nation here, and today we're gonna be using our Mega Charizard Y team on Pokemon Showdown in the OU tier, so let's begin. Hopefully we can get some wins, but we don't always win, so let's try. Okay, so we see that the opposing team has a Charizard as well. Most likely a Charizard X. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's a Charizard X. So let's go out into our Scizor. Okay, we are going to switch out into Sylveon. Okay, so unfortunately, they made a prediction and Sylveon is now toxic. So we're gonna stay in and go for a Heal Bell. So we're gonna switch out right here and go out into Garchomp. Okay, so he sets up his own self-runs. Right here, I am going to... I feel as though he is going to switch out and go into his life score, so we're gonna Dragon Tail right here. Okay, so he went out into his Superior, which is a good... Okay, so now the Rotom is here. So we're gonna switch out into our Sylveon. So it becomes Will-O-Wisp. We use Will-O-Wisp, and now Sylveon is burned. So we're gonna Heal Bell here. Okay, so I decided to Volt Switch. And let's see what it decides to go out into. Most likely the Excadrill, because Excadrill can use a Steel type move and be super effective against Sylveon, but it decided to go out into Superior. So most likely it wants to begin to set up. So right here I'm going to go out into I'm gonna stay in and protect. Most likely he wants to either set up or go for a Leech Seed, so we're gonna stay in and protect to regain some HP. Okay, so we went for the Glare. It wanted to paralyze Sylveon. I think that's what Glare does. So we are going to go for a Hyper Voice here. Actually, we're gonna Wish here to regain some HP. Okay, so it goes for a Leaf Storm here, being able to set up. And right here, we are going to go for a Protect. See what we can do. Okay, so we went for a Hidden Power. They probably thought we were going to switch out. Okay, so we're gonna stay in and go for a Hyper Voice. Okay, so Leaf Storm is doing a lot. Okay, so we both have leftovers. Right here, I am going to go out into Scizor. His Leaf Storm is probably going to do a lot because it was able to set up right here. It paralyzed me. And I'm going to go for a U-turn. Okay, so that's most likely Hidden Power Fire. So unfortunately it defeated Scizor. But that doesn't mean we lost. So right here we are going to go out into Latios in order to try to Draco Meteor and try to defeat it. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we were successful in being able to defeat Superior. So most likely right here he will go out into his Keldeo or Rotom. And he forfeited, so we won this battle. So let's look for another one. Okay, so we see another Charizard here. Charizard and another Excadrill. But we also see that this is going to be a hard battle because it has Klefki, Umbreon, which both are cause hacks. So right here we are going to go out into Garchomp to try to set up our Stealth Rocks. So let's go for Stealth Rock here. I forgot about the Handheld Ice from Thundurus. So that's very, very unfortunate that Garchomp got defeated so quickly. So let's go out into Sylveon because it is my special defense. So right here, let's go for a Hyper Voice. Most likely it will switch out. So it switch out into Klefki, which resists its move. So right here we are going to stay in and go for another Hyper Voice. Okay, so use Light Screen, which boosts its special defense. Right here, we are going to, let's see, we are going to stay in and try to go for another Hyper Voice. This way in for the Reflect as I was thinking. So right here, most likely he will most likely begin the hack. So we're gonna stay in and go for another Hyper Voice because Sylveon is at good HP right here. Okay, so we went out into the Excadrill. Here, I'm going, most likely right now, he knows that I'm gonna switch out and most likely will go out into, most likely he will go for the Stealth Rocks. But I don't want to risk it and him use a Steel type move and defeat Sylveon. So right here we are going to switch out into Quagsire. As you can see, that was what could have defeated Sylveon. So right here we're gonna stay in and we are going to go for a Scald. I don't go for Earthquake because it has two Pokemon, Charizard and Thundurus, that are immune to Earthquake. So until I defeat those two, I most likely won't use Earthquake with Quagsire, so I'm gonna stick to Scald. Okay, so we went for Umbreon. Umbreon is a very defensive Pokemon, so Umbreon will be very difficult to beat. So let's go out into our Scizor. Okay, so use Wood. So right here I'm going to go for a Sword Sense in order to boost my regular attack and be able to do more damage. So right here I went for the Foul Play. And unfortunately we are not playing well in this game. So let's see what we can do. We are going to go out into Sylveon and go for a Hyper Voice. Right here, he used Wish, so next turn he is going to regain a lot of HP. So right here, I'm going to go for another Hyper Voice, hoping for a crit. but he switched out into his Excadrill. And because of the wish, Excadrill regained its HP. So right here we're gonna go back out into Quagsire. And it went for an Earthquake. So right here we are going to go for a recover. He will most likely switch out back into Umbreon. Okay, so this is gonna be one of those games that take a long time because it's very stall type Pokemon that the opponent is using. So right here, since the Reflect isn't up anymore, let's go for an Earthquake. Okay, so that, as you can see, did nothing. So right here, let's go out into Sylveon. These types of battles I hate to play because it's not how I like to play Pokemon. Just switching and switching. I like to play Pokemon with the type of Pokemon that don't do these types of things, that are very stall type, like Klefki or Umbreon. I like defensive Pokemon, but I don't like Pokemon that keep on using hacks or anything of that sort. Or stall. Or they're just stall in Pokemon battles. I don't really like those. So right here we're gonna go. Most likely he will switch out into his Excadrill, so I'm gonna predict that and go out into Charizard. Right here I'm going to Mega Evolve and go for a Fire Blast. Okay, so thankfully I did a lot of damage and Umbreon also got burned. So right here I'm gonna go for another Fire Blast to try to do a lot of damage. Okay, so he went out into Tyranitar. So right here I'm going to switch out into Quagsire. Because most likely it used okay, so that's not what I was expecting. So I'm going to stay in, and right here I'm going to go for an Earthquake. Most likely he's going to switch out into, okay, so he switched into his Umbreon. Thankfully, Umbreon got defeated, so we're making good progress here. Okay, so he switched out into his Klefki. Right here, I am going to use Earthquake. Okay, so it was almost going to defeat Klefki, so right here, just in case he decides to switch into any other Pokemon, I'm going to use Scout here. So thankfully I was able to defeat the two Pokemon that are hard to defeat, which is the Klefki and Umbreon. So now the only Pokemon that is difficult here, kind of, is Thundurus, because most likely it has a Thunder Wave. So viewing the circumstances here, this Charizard is most likely a Charizard Y, and it wants to use a Solar Beam onto my Quagsire so that it can defeat it. So I'm going to switch out into my Sylveon here, because it is my special Y. Okay, so it is the Charizard X because it went for the Dragon Gun, most likely. So I'm gonna stay in and try to go for a Hyper Voice here. But resist it. So right here is setting up. So I'm going to go back into my Quagsire and try to do some damage. Because Quagsire has the ability Unaware, which ignores any stat boosts the opponent might have. Which is why I very much enjoy using Quagsire. Okay, so right here, I am going to go for an Earthquake. Actually, no, I'm not going to go for an Earthquake, because I don't think he is going to Mega Evolve yet. So I'm just going to go for a regular Scout here. If I had used Earthquake here, it would have been very good. So I'm going to go for an Earthquake now, which will most likely defeat Charizard. Okay, it doesn't defeat Charizard. So right here, I'm going to go for a Recover. But unfortunately, it defeated my Quagsire. So we're in a very tough position here. Let's see what we can do. We are in a very tough position here. I'm going to go out into Sylveon because it does neutral damage, the Hyper Burst. So let's see. Okay, it is Flare Blitz, which completely annihilated my Sylveon. So right here, I'm gonna go out into my Latios. Well, he goes out into his Tyranitar. So most likely, I'm going to lose this because Tyranitar is a Dark-type Pokemon, which is super effective against a Psychic Pokemon like Latios. So, I'm gonna go for a Draco Meteor here, doing as much damage as I can, which as you can see doesn't do much. So let's see. I'm gonna go for another Draco Meteor to do as much damage as I can to Tyranitar. And right here, my last Pokemon is Mega Charizard Water. So right here, I am going to use Solar Beam because it is super effective against Tyranitar. But as you can see, he went out into Thundurus, which does a good amount of damage. And Thundurus is most likely faster than this Charizard, so most likely he'll use Thunderbolt and defeat Charizard. But just in case, I'm going to stay in and go for a Fire Blast. But Charizard was defeated. So right here, we weren't that successful. So let's go for one more battle to see if we can come out with a win, because this team is very good, but we're having very bad luck here. So let's start out with Sizzle. Okay, so we're good here. So right here, I am going to go for a knockoff because he will most likely switch out his Weavile and will bring out maybe Magnezone, but I'm going to use a knockoff here. Okay, so he dropped his superior. Luckily, we were able to do a lot of damage and remove its Life Orb. So right here, I'm going to stay in and go for a U-turn to try to defeat it. Okay, so we're doing good here. I'm gonna switch out into my, let's see. I'm going to switch out into my Quagsire. While he goes out into a Slowbro. So right here I'm going to go for a Toxic. Unfortunately, Quagsire was burned, but okay, so that's a Mega Slowbro, which is a very, very tanky Pokemon. So right here I am going to go out into, let's see. I'm gonna go out into okay, so he forfeited. So that doesn't count. So let's do one more battle. This is going to be a very difficult battle because it has the Ferrothorn, which is a very stall type Pokemon, like I mentioned before. So let's go with our Tyranitar. Whoops, Tyranitar. I meant Garchomp to try to set up the Stealth Rocks. So let's go for the Stealth Rock. Okay, so Counterclaim went for the Will-O-Wisp. This is a defensive Garchomp, so it doesn't quite matter that much compared to as if it was a defensive Garchomp. So right here, I'm going to go for a Toxic. And now I'm going to go for a Dragon Tail. Now Lopunny. Okay. So right here I am going to go for another Toxic. Okay, so we went for the Clefable. So Clefable having the ability, most likely Magic Guard, Toxic, or any other status won't affect it. So I'm going to stay in. Actually, no. I'm going to switch out into my Scizor. Okay, so use the Moon Blast. So right here I'm going to stay in and go for a knockoff. Okay, so thankfully we defeated Talonflame, which is a revenge type Pokemon because of its priority Brave Bird. So let's see what. Okay, so he brought the Ferrothorn here now. So right here we're not gonna use U-turn because it has most likely it has the ability Iron Barbs and also the Rocky Helmet as an item. So we're gonna switch out and go out into our Charizard while Ferrothorn probably. Wow, okay, the Thunder Wave. Nonetheless, we're gonna Mega Evolve and go for a Fire Blast. Meanwhile, he goes for its Hoopa, which does a lot of damage to Hoopa. Right here, we are going to go out into our Sylveon and use Heal Bell. Wow, that did a lot of damage. So, no, not Heal Bell. We're gonna use Wish here to try to regain some HP. Wow, Gunk Shot. I'm not too familiar with Hoopa. Okay, so that took down my special defensive wall. So that's very unfortunate. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. I'm gonna go out into Scizor and use U-turn. Oh, he went on to a Spirit Line. So right here, I'm going to go into Charizard again. Most likely it sets up a Stealth Route too. I'm gonna go for a Fire Blast here. That is very unfortunate that it missed. So most likely Ferrothorn is gonna switch out here, and I'm gonna stay in and go. Thankfully, we defeated Ferrothorn. Okay, so we're doing good so far. So it brings in the Lopunny. I'm going to switch into Garchomp now. I'm afraid that it's going to use an Ice Punch, but thankfully used Fake Out, which, since Garchomp has the rough skin and also the Rocky Helmet, does a lot of damage to Lopunny. So I'm going to let it stay in here and die, and after Garchomp dies, I'm going to switch out into my Scizor, depending on how much HP Lopunny has. If not Scizor, then Quagsire. So I'm going to stay in and go for a Toxic here. Okay. So that wasn't too bad. So I'm going to preserve this Garchomp and go out into my... Let's see. And go out into my own Scizor. Let's see what it can do. Probably Defog. Okay, Healing Wish. Most likely into... Okay, Hoopa. Let's see. Right here, I am going to go for a U-turn because it is 4 times effective against Hoopa. So let's see. Okay, let's see. Thankfully, okay, we defeated Hoopa. Okay, so it only has 2 Pokemon left. Well, we have 4, so most likely it'll bring... He is going to choose to bring Clefable right here. And I'm going to bring in Garchomp. And I'm going to do as much damage as I can. So Earthquake here, which does some damage. So it decides to begin setting up, which is very bad in this situation. So whenever I see a Pokemon setting up, I always like to go for my Quagsire, because it has ability Unaware, which ignores those stat changes. So right here, I am going to go for an Earthquake. I'm gonna go for another Earthquake. Oh, okay. So these soft waves. So that's the problem. So right here I'm going to recover. So this is going to be a stall war pretty much. So let's go for another Earthquake. And right here, most likely it will decide to soft boil. So let's keep on going for Earthquakes. So one for the moon blast. Right here, of course, it's gonna go for the soft boil. So let's keep on using Earthquake. Let's go for another Earthquake. Wow, this is never going to end. Let's go for one more Earthquake. Okay, so it goes for the moon blast. Right here, I am going to try to go for another Earthquake instead of using a cover. Wow, this is never going to end. Okay, right here I'm gonna recover. So we're back in the same position. This is very boring. Having to see a stall war like this. How much does soft boiled have as a PP? It usually has 10 and max 16. So right here, let's see how much a Scout does. Okay, so unfortunately it doesn't do that much. So right here I'm gonna Earthquake. And I'm going to try to do another Earthquake here. But unfortunately we got defeated. So I'm gonna go out into Latios. Clefable is going to be able to defeat it, but I'm gonna go for a Side Shock since Latios is faster, so that then Charizard can, with luck, be able to defeat Clefable. So let's go for a Side Shock here. That did a good amount of damage. So let's go for another Side Shock here. Right here we're 2 for 2. And it just continues with the Star Wars. So let's go for another Side Shock. With soft boiled, it's not gonna have any HP soon. So we're okay right now. Okay, we were able to defeat Clefable with a crit. So now we just have the pony to deal with. So right here I'm gonna go all out for a Draco Meteor. Wow. The pony is faster than Charizard, but the pony is going to defeat Charizard because it took damage from the Stealth Rocks, plus it's paralyzed, so we're gonna go all out for a Fire Blast. We were very unlucky here. We did not pick up a win, but as you can see, we were almost able to win. Thank you guys for watching this gruesome episode on my YouTube. Please like and subscribe, and pretty soon we're gonna be having another team building session with another Mega Evolution Pokemon. So thank you guys for watching, and for information, out.